Hi, welcome to week 15. This is the last regular week of our class in English 102. So this is your weekly introduction to the last week of regular classes. Next week is finals week. So finals week, we're doing something a little bit differently, and I'll talk about that towards the end of the video too, so that if you want to wrap up your English 102 class early, you certainly can. As always, if you are having any difficulty in the class or difficulty with technology or even just time or anything like that, just reach out to me and we can work something out. We're getting close to when I have to report grades. So you want to make sure you're keeping in touch with me and that we can make sure you get the grades you want in the class. All right, so let me share my screen and I'm going to walk you through the stuff for this week and then a little bit for next week in case you want to work ahead. Here we go. Okay, so we're looking at the Canvas course shell. Week 14 is the week you just finished, so we're on week 15. So the thing that you're doing this week, the big thing is you're writing a reflective letter. There are two things you have to complete this week. One is this reflective letter that you're writing, and you're uploading it. The directions are below, just like you can see here. So you're uploading that by Sunday of this week. So that's May 3rd before midnight. There is this optional thing for extra work, so I'm going to talk to you about extra work in just a moment, but there's lots of extra labor options this week. In case you want to get your grade up higher, you can absolutely do that this week, or if you reach out to me, we can even work it into next week, and that's fine. So your reflective introduction, you're writing, it's right here on the sheet, or of course there is a link to the page that gives you the full directions with the worksheet. I'm going to head over there for us. Okay, so this is the full directions. So basically your big thing is you're writing this reflective introduction. This would be an introduction. Normally I'd have you do a portfolio at the end of the semester, but because of these weird circumstances and COVID-19 and the pandemic, we are going to just do the reflective introduction. So if you're going for the bare minimum or you've already done all the extra work for that A, all you have to do is this reflective introduction. So it's going to be about 750 words long. You want it to be a clear, well-written essay with paragraphs, topic sentences, all of the normal kind of stuff. A great way to do this is to just make it chronological. So put it in time order, and that's the easiest way to organize this essay. But here are your main questions for the essay. So you're writing an essay in which you reflect on what kind of writer you were before you entered this class and what kind of a writer you are now. These are the questions you want to answer, these bulleted ones right here. So what are 3 strengths you have as a writer? 3 things you look for in your papers when you revise them. So what are 3 things you know you have to look for now every time you revise them? And then how did you feel about writing before you took this class? How do you feel about writing now? Which paper do you think was your best and why? And which paper forced you to learn the most and or think the most? You may not have learned the most, but maybe you had to think extra hard for one of your papers. And which paper was your favorite to write? Even if it wasn't your best, it might have been your favorite one to write. Strong reflective introductions are going to talk about each of the essays you wrote this semester. You'll include details and supporting details, so you'll include paraphrases or quotations from your writing. It'll have your voice, not an impersonal one. So you're going to use I, you're going to talk about your own experience, and you're going to hopefully sound like yourself in this. And then you want to convey your personal connection to and ownership of your learning process. You don't have to own the curriculum in every assignment we did. You may not have loved every assignment, that's fine, but you learned what you learned given how much labor you put into the course. And you might bring in your labor work here too. And then relate this work to your other university classes and work. So how does this kind of relate to everything else you've done, either this semester or in your whole university career? So that is, let me go back here. So that's your reflective letter. That is the bare minimum. So if we're looking at your week 15 module, you're writing that reflective letter. That's due Sunday. The other thing you absolutely have to do is complete this exit survey. And it is the same one you did at the beginning of the term. So if you click on this, it's going to open up a Google form, and you're just going to fill this out. Your email address and your name will help me know that you are the one who filled it out, because this is for a course assignment, so you're getting graded on it. Well, graded on completing it. And when you enter this in, this is the same survey that you filled out at the beginning of the semester. So we're talking about your grit here, we're measuring that, we're measuring other things. If you are interested in how your survey results from this compare to your survey results at the beginning of the semester, just drop me a quick note and I'll be happy to share those numbers with you. I want to look at them because I want to see if this whole process of the labor-based grading really helped you grow in any sort of way in any of these things that we measured. So remember, I gave you numbers at the beginning of the semester. So those are your two required assignments. So two things you have to do. You have to write the reflective letter and you have to complete that exit survey. These other two things are optional for extra work to boost your grade. So you can participate in drafting for the reflective letter, and this is your April 30th discussion board post. So you can upload either a draft of your letter or the filled out worksheet if you want some feedback on it from classmates. If we link to this, it is the very last page in the portfolio packet that I gave you. So it's the very last page. It's this one. So it's the collect, select, phase worksheet right here. It's 2 pages. You're just filling that out, or you can just go ahead and draft your essay and post it there, and then respond to somebody else's with some feedback. So you've done like a little peer review. This is extra. It's just bonus. So it's just that boost to your grade if you do that. Going back into the modules, week 15, the other thing you can do if they get posted, and I don't know if they're going to get posted, I haven't heard anything from the university or not, but those usual SMART evaluations that they do for your course evaluations. If you click on this, if you just post the final picture that you get, it's all anonymous, so I don't know what you said. I won't know until well into next semester what you said. I won't get to see any of the results. If they open it up, which like I said, they haven't yet, I'll send email reminders automatically about this from within the system of Smart Evals. So if you just take a screenshot or take a picture of your final screen and send that to me, you'll get a little boost there. But like I said, they haven't issued it yet. I'm not sure if they're going to, but they certainly haven't told us as faculty that they're canceled yet. So that's it for this week. The other thing that you can do to boost your grade this week is, normally I'd have you revise your essays for this portfolio instead of just doing a reflective letter. But if you go back into this, if you revise some of your essays, that's going to give you a boost. So each essay you revise would give you 1 boost to your grade. Remember, to move up a whole letter grade, you need to do 3 things to get there. So you can revise 3 essays and add more, and that would boost your grade from, say, a B to an A or a C to a B, depending on where you fall. If you're curious about what you need to do and where you stand, just send me an email and I would be happy to let you know where you stand. Your best thing to boost your grade is if you have any missing work, get it in. It doesn't matter how long ago the assignment was actually due, you can still turn it in. So you can get that in at any point in time. But if you need that extra boost, like I said, especially if you're going from a B to an A, you can revise some of your essays to get you there, and it is not too late to do that. So you would just upload those. So you're going to upload your reflective letter, and then you'd upload anything you revised to the same spot. So you're just going to submit more than one file, and you can go back in and resubmit later and submit more files. So that's not a problem. So those are the things you can do this week. Next week, we're just kind of wrapping up the course. It's finals week. So I have this survey. It is anonymous to help me improve the course. If you open it up, it is just a Google form that asks you a bunch of questions. I promise I'm not going to look at this until after I do grades, but I'm asking you to please help me out and fill that out next week. You can fill it out anytime. So if you need to finish up your courses first, like I said, I'm not going to have time to look at it until after I submit my final grades. I'm going to be too busy trying to finish up grades. The other thing that we're going to do in the last week of course is do a conference about your final course grade. So I just want to talk to you and make sure you're good with where you are in your final course grade. So once you get in these last two things, your exit survey and your draft and your final reflective letter in week 15, you can set up that conference with me at any point in time. So like always, I'll be updating grades on Monday. And if you're at a grade that you don't want to be at, we'll talk about it. If you're happy with your grade, I just need you to say that to me so that I know that we're okay to go ahead. If you wind up needing some more time, we can always discuss that and talk about your options for more time. I just want to touch base with each of you and make sure you're okay. So that is the final thing. There is a sheet here to sign up for a final course meeting with me. So if you're ready to do that, you can do it. You're just going to enter your name, the day you'd like, the time that's convenient to you. We can do a call, a phone call, a FaceTime, a text. We can do Canvas messaging. We can do email. We can do Zoom, Skype, or anything else you can think of. I'm pretty open about it. So just let me know what you would like to do there, and we will work on getting that figured out. So let's go back to modules. So that's it for this week. If you have any questions, as always, I put my email in the message announcements that go out to you. I put my phone number in there, so if you want to call or text, you have my email, and you can always message me directly through the Canvas system. But that's pretty much where we're going for the rest of the semester. I'll do one more of these next week. Give a little extra bonus this week. So if you've been watching the videos or listening to them or whatever, you'll notice I've been wearing a different Halloween costume each week. If you send me an email and tell me what your favorite one was, then I will give you one grade boost of extra labor, because that means you've been watching the videos and paying attention, and I appreciate you doing that, especially in this crazy, crazy climate that we're currently in. Stay well, take care of yourselves, and as always, let me know if you need absolutely anything. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well, and have a good week.